It's time for more Akane-banashi. Man, it's so exciting, like starting a new week. I say starting a new week, it's a Saturday. It's not really starting a new week. But I like, you know, coming oh wait, it's Sunday today. Oops, not Saturday. I guess if you look at some calendars, the start of the week will be Sunday, even though I don't agree with that. A Sunday is a weekend. But still, it feels like I'm starting a new week because my calendar has Sunday as the first day, and it's so good because like I got Akane-banashi, I got One Piece, I got Witch Hat Atelier, I got Demons of the Shadow Realm. Like I got so much stuff. Not to mention all the like Naruto I'm watching and all of that. I just dropped my pen. So everything that that I'm watching right now is so exciting. I'm looking forward to recording all the videos that I'm recording. So yeah, today we are going to be watching some Akane-banashi episode 2. Episode 1 was really great. I got very emotionally attached to it. I felt like it was a lot of fun. It had great animation. It had a great OP. Like it was firing on all cylinders for me. So I pray that this series keeps it up, that it keeps up this quality. In terms of writing, I know it is going to keep up the quality because I know that the manga is really well received and well liked. But in terms of the animation and such, I hope that keeps up the quality and the directing. It's also good. So let's jump into this episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, exclusive videos. You can watch my Naruto reactions on this channel and get 10 episodes ahead on my Patreon account. I definitely recommend my Naruto reactions because I've just started it somewhat recently. I'm in the Chunin exams right now, and I'm having a great time. So go check it out. Let's jump into this Akane-banashi episode 2. Oh yeah. Amazing. That's such a good OP. Second story, first performance. Guriko Arakawa. That was the end of the story? I thought that was like the setup. I know this voice actor. I absolutely know him. Why do I know him? Oh. Karaoke. Oh, now you're trying to figure it out for yourself. What if he's just like hanging out with his daughter or... Oh, it's Akane. Right. He's locked in. Yeah, can you not peer into people's karaoke rooms? That's quite... Oh! Your ankle! Twerp! I like her facial expressions. I'm excited. Oh, I love the eyes. Damn. Look how committed she was. She's on her knees in the snow. Yeah. But that's not what he wanted. Aw, she doesn't want to think that Rakugo was for nothing. Yeah, that's really sad. I can see why she's so upset about that. It was just something she loved so much about him, and then everyone's like, "Oh, thank God, that's over." Like, that's fucked. Oh? Is that a Rakugo performance open up? Nope. Akane. Yes! Okay, I'm excited. Rakugo Cafe. Don't be nervous, it's okay. Aww. Yeah. Aww, that's nice of him. Goody-ko. What a good guy. Oh, she's really nervous. She was so eager. No, butterflies are good for performances. I used to use them on stage. She's eating a lot of them. That's very funny. I've never seen that joke. I've seen them do the hand thing a lot. I've never seen the joke of eating a bunch. Oh man, the first person shots again. Cool earring. It's a first performance. I don't imagine it's gonna go great, but we'll see. It's such a small room of people. Yeah, it's the whole point, doing it in front of an audience. Rakugo is not really interesting if you're just doing it alone. You insisted on it. I'm so excited. I feel like it's gonna be not great, but she's gonna show really a lot of potential in one area. Wow, no introduction. She just starts. I guess sometimes Rakugo is like that. I love hearing her voices change. It's great. It's a tough story. Oh, there's some giggles. Oh, you're seeing it a bit. People are getting invested. Wow, people can like see it. They're getting really invested. That's good fake eating. Aww. Aw, that was fun. Oh, this is the original Rakugo guy? Pink hair? That's kind of cool. Oh, you think you're still performing? They didn't tell you, like, we're gonna replace you? That's very funny. So the bit is that he says he's scared of this food. They bring the food, and then he's like, "Now I'm scared of tea," because he wants more tea, you know. So it's like scamming him out of it. That's a good story. You did great. Aww. So far, I like Guriko as well. He's a cool guy. Oh shit! This guy's like all into it. I thought he'd be like pissed off. I was gonna say, she's getting very mad. Damn. He was paying attention. Are we gonna see one of his performances? He's a little cocky, but I imagine he's gonna be very good. Okay. A bit of a prodigy. It's sensual.
本日は落語に限らず習い事はいろいろあるでしょうが、それを収めるのは並大抵のことじゃございません。じゃあ、ご一緒
He's
さんお茶。
smoothly transitioning into the story. That was
どう
cool.
かしたのかい。いや、しゃあね、モテてんですよ。モテたい。どうしたらいいんですかね。
そんな男が女にモテようと稽古屋に歌を習いに行った顛末を語る音曲話。
高速バスでよく起きてますね。それはピンの遅れですね。
すごく色っぽい。
Sensual is a crazy. I see. It's because yeah, he's able to play like softer characters like that. Oh, this is cool.
いや、歌うま。
He's singing well and singing in character.
こういう調子ですね。これ足がやるんですか。
Is he gonna sing badly as the character? Yeah, that's so good. That's really good. That's great.
ムカつくだろ。別の抜けな人物の言動が際立って波打つような笑いにつながる。
何者なの？あいつ。
Yeah, give me his name.
荒川海星。
Kaisei Arakawa.
6年前荒川一生が2つ目に挙げた。
Oh, okay.
随分熱心に読んでたね。もしかして俺のこと気になっちゃった？
ちげっすよ。
She really doesn't like him.
じゃあ、あかねちゃんもうちの師匠の弟子になんない？
なんない。ちょっくらシグマ師匠に弟子入りしてきます。
Alright.
あざした。じゃあ今日は負けたけど、すぐに追いついてやりますから。
I love
覚悟
her.
してくださいね。
I love her.
こんなにたくさん。
Oh, lots of good reviews, but she's not here to see him.
遅くなっちゃっ
おい、帰るぞ。あれ。
た。もう帰っちゃったのかしらね。
Cool. Love a good running scene. Okay, ED. Man, that episode flew by. Akane on my mind. That's the name of the song. Is that Manju? I am sufficiently invested in this series already. I mean, it really is. It's like it's a sports anime, and I love sports anime. And like what I love about sports anime isn't necessarily the sport. Like the sports part of it is great, but like what's great about sports anime is like, you know, learning about a sport and seeing, you know, the professionals of that and seeing the different people who have specialties in different areas and seeing how our main character lives up to them and progresses and seeing the tournaments and all of that. Like that's the great thing about sports anime. And so like I there's so much potential here. I'm so excited. Cause yeah, like already I'm watching those Rakugo performances and it's really fun because I feel like it's great because one, you get to watch like a Rakugo performance, and so like there's like a base level of entertainment just from watching a Rakugo performance. Like we get to experience the stories, and I get to see, you know, the jokes that are being played out or whatever. Now a lot of them aren't gonna be like, the thing about Rakugo is it's very Japanese, so it is likely gonna be one of those things where like a lot of the Rakugo performances might go over my head as like an English speaker, because they, you know, it would be hard to translate what kind of humor this is, you know, and like what comes from this, because it's a very different style of humor than Western styles of humor. But I mean, this one I feel like I got it and found it very entertaining. It was great. But I'm sure there's gonna be ones in the future, because like I read stories. I've read some manga that also rely on, you know, very Japanese based stuff. Like there's a manga in Shonen Jump right now called what the heck is it called? But it's like a comedy manga. Hold on, I'm just getting it up on my phone right now. It is Someone Hurts is what it's called, and Hurts is spelled Hertz. It's that story. Someone Hurts. I I don't want to have to refocus my camera just for you to see it, but you can see that says someone hurts. And it follows these two characters who listen to this like radio show, this comedy radio show, and the comedy radio show every week is like, all right, so here's a setup. You have everyone like who wants to send in your own punchlines for this setup, and the best ones will read them out on air, right? And so the series is about these two kids who listen to that late night radio thing and they send in their own punchlines. And so it's about like one girl who's like really, really funny, and she's a great comedian, and she gets a lot of hers read on air, and then a boy who is like prodigious at like everything. He's an excellent student and excellent at all this other stuff, but he's not very funny overall. Or he's not as funny as her, obviously. And it's about those two. It's sort of like a romance-ish thing, but also like, you know, it's got aspects of that sport manga type territory where there is like an aspect of, oh, how many is he going to get read on air? And then, you know, they meet other people who are sort of their competition, and like these are the people he's going against. And like I don't think it's a great manga, but it's entertaining. Like it's entertaining enough for me to read the chapters once a week. I probably wouldn't binge it if I had started reading it like 30 or 40 chapters in, then I probably wouldn't have binged through it. I probably would have been like read 1 or 2 chapters and been like, nah, not really for me. But since I've read it from the start, from the first chapter, it's been pretty easy to just read 1 chapter a week. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about that is because that also is a thing where like a lot of the jokes just don't really translate at all. You know, like there's like a joke, like the main female lead like makes a joke basically every time she speaks. And like 90% of the time it's like I can see where the joke comes from, but in English it doesn't really work. You know, like I get it, but also at the same time, like it's just not how our humor tends to work. And so that but like there's still some things in it that will make me chuckle or make me laugh, but for the most part, like the humor doesn't really work. I just read the story because I like the characters, and I find it mildly entertaining to see how it plays out. But that's an example of like when it doesn't, you know, fully work. And then also there's a manga called Shoha Shoten, I believe, which is about 2 people doing manzai comedy, and they're doing like tournaments of manzai comedy, which is just like the classic Japanese comedy where there's 2 guys and they're like playing off each other, and one guy's the, you know, it's like Abbott and Costello, you know, like the sort of who's on first vibe of comedy, like that sort of thing is kind of what the comedy is. And I remember I read a bit of that manga. Well, I read that for like many chapters, I would say, but like then at some point I fell off and I never came back to it. But that was a very entertaining manga as well. But also it was very similar, where it's like the humor, it's hard to translate. It doesn't, like, I don't really find it funny, but I do find it very entertaining. And so like this show has that, where it's like there's an aspect of we're getting to watch the Rakugo performances themselves, so there's a little bit of entertainment in it there, but also it's not probably going to translate super well to English. However, it doesn't matter, and this is what makes it kind of awesome to watch this show regardless, is even though, like, even if that we can't, like, we don't get entertainment from the performances inherently, what makes it more entertaining is we're not watching the Rakugo performance, we are analyzing the Rakugo performance. We are watching it and going like, which parts is she doing well? Oh, she pulled that off really well. Oh, that bit's entertaining. You know, like, we're looking at it from a more meta standpoint. And I think that makes it so much more fun to watch this, because we get to watch a cool performance, but also, even if the performance isn't hitting for us, we are just looking at it to see if it hits for the audience. That's all we care about. And I think that's a really fun, it makes those scenes really fun to watch. So yeah, I really enjoy doing that. Kaisei so far seems like a decent enough guy. I mean, I like that he's, you know, he's a bit cocky and up himself, but at the same time, he genuinely was very complimentary towards Akane. Like, he respected her from the second he saw her performance and invited her to join, I imagine, the Arakawa, like, to do it under Arakawa. So he, like, he sees she's got a lot of potential. But then, at the same time, like, he's still, you know, confident in his own abilities, but he probably should be, because he did like control that audience. He was doing a great job, and also he was the only Futatsume to be promoted, well, you know, to be promoted to Futatsume, is that the right term? Futatsume, by Arakawa, I believe. So it's like he's a very, very extremely strict teacher, as we've seen. And yet he likes this guy. He saw potential in him. But also, like, I take that with a grain of salt, because, like, from what we've seen of him, it's possible he just has a very specific idea of what Rakugo should be. Like, I know he said, like, Arakawa does it based on talent alone or whatever, but, like, I'm not fully gonna go off of his word. We don't know yet. Like, he might have a very specific idea of what Rakugo should be, and Kaisei just fits nicely into that mold, you know? But you know, and they also said they wanted to shake up the seniority based Rakugo world, like, as in maybe Arakawa doesn't like the way the Rakugo traditions have been built up. But regardless, I mean, we're taking everything with Arakawa with a grain of salt, because he is a douchebag. Because he is a douchebag. Anyway, I think my favorite joke in the episode was, I've seen 1,000 times the whole, like, you know, Japanese thing of like, oh, if you're nervous, draw the kanji for person on your hand and then eat it. And you're like, I feel like I've seen several different interpretations of why you do that as well. Because, like, in this one, he said it was like the person represents the audience, and then that's like dominating the audience. But I've heard it as different reasons for doing that, right? But regardless, I've seen that a lot of times before, and I've seen a lot of different shows do jokes based on it as well, like, constantly. And so, like, with I remember with Kaguya-sama, they did it, and Miko Ino was like, I don't want to eat this person, like, I'm really attached to this person. What if he has a family? What if he has a, you know, like, and she starts to, like, empathize with the person. So, like, I've seen that joke before, but I feel like I haven't seen, like, someone show, oh, just do person and eat it and then you'll be good. And then she's like, person. It's very, like, that's very funny to to just be, like, doing it constantly out of nervousness. It's great. Anyway, that's Akane-banashi, episode 2. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.